up, YouTube? The Take Five podcast. Today's topic is top five one-hit wonders. All right, Dustin, what'd you come up for number five?
Well, before I start mine, I'm going to say that the five songs plus my honorable mentions are all songs that I actually like. So,
Oh yeah, me too.
yeah. So number five is one that I was just having a conversation with a dude I work with last week. He had brought it up. Spirit in the Sky.
Damn.
Yeah, Norman Greenbaum.
Mm-hmm.
Such a one-hit wonder. I don't even know who the fuck did the song till I looked it up. I knew the song and I knew exactly what he was talking about, but yeah, Spirit in the Sky, man, good, kind of, hippie rock kind of thing, I guess. Um,
See, I even like Dr. Nemetics did a cover of it in the 80s.
yeah,
I like their version of it. That
yeah,
was
I
when
saw
I
that.
first heard it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I like some of their stuff, but
yeah, I may have heard that version. I don't remember. I didn't look it up, but I saw that yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, that was the first one I heard was their version of it.
Okay. I said I think I recognize it if I went and checked it out, but
Mm.
yeah, I mean, I hadn't thought about this song in a while. Like that my buddy Kai at work brought it up last week. So, and it actually yeah, yeah, yeah. It's my number five.
It is a good song.
Yeah,
I On my list, um, I tried to avoid bands that we like that's considered one hit wonders. Like L.A. Guns, they're considered one hit wonders. All the glam stuff. I took all those out because to me, they're just all their shit's good. And I tried to avoid mostly the '80s new wave that's considered one hit wonders, but I did put a few in my honorable mentions because some of them are too good to not mention.
hmm
My number five, this song got big around '95 when I first moved to Florida. So it kind of brings back a lot of good times. I had Possum Kingdom by the Toadies.
yeah, yeah. That's a good song, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's dark too.
yeah,
They if you listen to the lyrics, it's pretty dark.
yeah. That song. Do you wanna die?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that song kicks ass.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Good pick, man. Yeah.
All right, what you got for number four?
Number four, I got a song that I've always loved this song, man. I heard it a couple weeks ago at my Chinese food spot, and uh, this is a song. Yeah, I'll just kind of open up a little bit that sometimes has made me cry. Actually, the song is "Walking in Memphis." Mark Cohn.
Damn.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think that's a good one. That's a good pick.
yeah. I mean, I really really like that song. I think it's pretty touching lyrically. Um, and just a good song, well composed, you know. Um, so yeah, man, that made the list. Number four, Walking in Memphis. Now I had a completely different experience walking in Memphis that was not safe. So it wasn't on Beale Street, but it wasn't near Graceland, but it was an experience though, walking in Memphis. More like fast walking to get the fuck out of the area in Memphis. Um, but nevertheless, yeah, walking in Memphis.
Right on. Okay. My number four. See, I don't know if you'll remember this one. Came out in '98, '99. Lynn was still my sunshine.
Oh, absolutely. I love that
Oh,
song
that
too.
song is so
Yeah,
good, man.
yeah, yeah. I like that too, man.
Yeah.
Catchy as
Yeah,
fuck.
oh yeah, it is very catchy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind of like a
Yeah.
pop.
Like I'll
Yeah.
hear that song. I'm like, oh fuck, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one too, man. Awesome pick.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a great song. I didn't think you even
Yep.
remembered that because
Oh,
that was definitely a one hit wonder, man. Because I
yeah.
never heard from them since then.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, good pick, man. My number three, I'm pretty sure you'll remember it. You might even quite possibly have it as an honorable mention. Um, I remember I was a freshman and Spanish teacher at the time even liked this song and remember the conversation with him about it and actually about the woman who sings it. Black Velvet, Alana
Ah,
Miles.
honorable mention. Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
yep. Great
Good
song.
song, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah. That's
yep,
definitely an honorable mention.
yep,
I kind of it's weird because for some reason I kind of thought you would have had that too. I don't know why, but yeah, that is a good one.
yeah. And she could sing, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But one hit wonder.
Hmm.
Yeah, good song. I haven't heard that one in a while, but yeah, I definitely liked it black back then. Black then.
Hmm. It's funny
Even
because
had
I was that.
a music video for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's where I
Yeah.
heard it from.
Hmm.
It's funny because I noticed a lot of my list has a lot of good bass line.
Okay. And
And if
that
I'm
does. That
remembering
song
that
does.
song, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what made me think of. Yeah, like there's few of mine that's got really good bass in it.
Hmm.
Is that all you had for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, my number three, another good bass line. See, I don't know if you know this one or not, but Gnarls Barkley with Crazy.
Oh, yeah. Love that song, dude. Yeah. The
Oh,
lyrics in it are fucking great. Yeah.
yeah, so good, man.
Yeah, I love that dude, man.
Yep,
Yeah.
CeeLo Green. Yep,
Yeah. Yep.
this shit's good, man.
Yeah, good song. Another good pick, man. Yeah. He says some wild shit in that song too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
funny because we have a lot of the same ones. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah. Well, I have an honorable mention that I'm pretty sure you'll have as an honorable mention, possibly in your top two too, also. But we'll see.
All right, so would you come up with for number two?
My number two, bro, I remember this song as far back as when it came out. And I remember being in elementary school and a girl, this is the first time I remember a girl actually like flirting with me. Um, and it kind of was around this song. She kind of came at me like kind of doing the hook of this song. Uh, Mickey, Tony Basil.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll always stick with me. And once again, it's catchy as fuck, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
And the whole video with the cheerleader theme and goes
Hmm.
along with the hook line of it. Yeah, man, catchy, great 80s song.
Yeah. So most
One
of
hit
those,
wonder.
like, yeah, most of those '80s like new wave one hit wonders were all super catchy, man.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I didn't want to do some of them because like a lot of them are cliche, but also like I would have had Devo on there, but I like Devo.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I don't want
right.
to put Whip It because I like a lot of their stuff. So I kind of,
Right, I
that's why I
get it.
kind of avoided some of that.
Yeah.
My number two, this is a song that hasn't been played on the radio probably almost 40 years, but the lyrics are so good. It's like a whole story. Um, about his Uncle Sonny who just got out of prison. You know where I'm going with this?
No, I don't.
Tony Carey, Fine Fine Day.
I would have to hear it to see if
Oh,
I don't
dude,
know by that name.
watch the video. I mean, the video is good too. But yeah, it's about his uncle. Like, I mean, it's like a whole story. Like his uncle gets out of prison or something, and I think like well, he's come in town for a family reunion, and I think he like at the end of the video he like disappears. I can't remember if he dies but he like disappears or something. I haven't seen the video in a long time, but it's a really good video, and it's one of the I should have had it on my favorite videos because it fits the song. You know, it's like
Okay.
the story of the song. But yeah, check that out. I
Fine,
think
fine
you'll
day.
like. Yeah, you know who Tony Carey is, don't you?
Maybe not
He
by
played keyboards, I think, for Rainbow at one time. Pretty sure
Don
he played
Airy.
he played something in Rainbow. I'm pretty sure, like in the '70s or something.
Okay, I'll look it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I think you'll
Uh,
like that song. It's a good fucking song, man.
right on. Hell yeah. Fine, fine day. Yeah.
Okay, what you got for number
So,
one?
I'll be real surprised if you don't have this at least for an honorable mention. Um, this song was one of the ones that immediately came to me when you said, "Hey, let's do the one hit one." We had talked about doing this topic before, and what was it over the weekend or whatever? You had said, "Hey, let's do one hit wonders," and I was already listening to this band's album that I know we've both talked about, we both like. So this is why it slid into my number one. Sold My Fortune, Sugar
Yes,
Chief.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see, they kind of go under because I mean that whole album's great.
And I agree.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean they're definitely a one hit wonder.
Yep.
But that like because like like Autograph is considered a one hit wonder, but I love Autograph, so that's why I didn't put them either. So I
Right.
think
And
you
to
kind
me,
of go.
Autograph has a couple songs that were I consider shit I thought were hits for them. Um,
Yeah, Turn Up
but
the
I think
Radio is like the only one that everybody knows.
yeah, yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
if you're into
I
that
mean,
music, yeah, but I mean, if you're just
you're
a
gonna
casual
know
listener,
more.
yeah,
Yeah. But Sold My Fortune, man. And that first Sugar Tooth album is awesome, man.
yeah, all the way through, yeah,
Yep, all the way
very
through.
underrated, yeah, very
Yep.
underrated.
And that album they did after it, I wasn't as much into.
No,
Um,
yeah, same,
but that first one, though, man, it was great.
yeah,
Yeah. So that one made the number one spot for me, man.
yeah. So I didn't have it, but it is a good pick. My number one, this this has the probably the fucking most catchiest hook ever. I think it came out in about '87. Um, it's funny. The singer kind of looks like the dude off of the Motley Crue video, the principal.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, right?
The
Fucking
ears.
Midnight Oil with Beds Are Burning.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, where the river broke. That shit's so good, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do that chorus, man. It's like it's
Yeah.
so
That
fucking
song they
catchy.
played out on the station I listen to on Sirius XM, Classic Rewind.
Hmm.
That gets played not often, but I've
Yeah.
heard it a
Oh,
good handful of times on Classic Rewind.
yeah, dude, it's so good. Like I didn't like it then because like I said before, at '87, I
Yeah.
wasn't into that kind of shit. But when I
Was it
started,
87?
I
Damn.
think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it came out around that time.
Okay, I
Yeah, it
thought you could be
doesn't
right.
seem like.
I thought it was more like 89, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking it up and it says '87. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes this could be wrong too, but anyway, like I didn't like it till like around the '90s, and then now it's like this is the song that made me want to do this because like I heard the song the other day and I'm like, man, this song's so good. I mean, they had
Yeah.
a couple minor hits after this,
That's the only
but
one
this,
I know for.
yeah,
Yeah.
but this is definitely the one that they're known for, and it's man, it's so fucking good, man.
Hmm. Yeah, that is a good pick.
I remember they did because they're from Australia, and they did a tour with them, NXS, and one other band from Australia, and it was like they did like a little package of Australian band. I can't remember who the third band was, but that would have been pretty cool to see because I know we both like it NXS. We talk about that one album.
Yeah, yeah, I do like that Kick album. Yeah.
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 All right. With Jeff honorable mentions.
I got a handful. Well, I'll just go with the first one, the Now that it wasn't on your list, I thought this might have made your top five, and I think it may still be one of your honorable mentions. You and I have talked about this song specifically before a handful of times. Mexican Radio, All the
Mm,
Voodoo.
yep.
Yep. So, did you have that for an honorable mention?
No, but that was one that I did listen to. That was I was going to put that on there. Um, I even like Celtic Frost version of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. They did cover that. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they used to play that on Z Rock.
Okay. I also have once again, man, I like this song. Believe Marilyn Manson did a cover of it. Tainted Love, Soft
Oh
Cell.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Had
I
that.
think somebody else did a cover of that too. I can't remember who it was.
Did Marilyn Manson do a cover
Yeah,
of
Marilyn
that?
Manson did. For some reason, I think someone else did too. But yeah,
Okay, yeah. Um, Another one I had a song, late 90s, radio song, catchy lyrics. I liked Mambo Number Five, Lou Bega.
that one I
um,
can't get behind.
yes, I actually like it, man. And that's I found out when I looked at it that that's actually a cover of like some Cuban like a variation of a Cuban dance song that Lou Bega did, turned it into the Mambo Number Five. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, what else? Like Inagata Devita, Iron
Oh
Butterfly.
damn! Yep.
Yeah. You know. So I got two more. One of them you're gonna clown me. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I remember it because I was dating a girl at the time who I'm still friends with to this day, and she would always do the dance to this as like a joke thing.
Macarena.
Fucking Macarena. Yeah, yeah, Macarena.
Oh, it's funny. Okay, one just came to my. I'll let you get your last, but one just came to my mind that I liked. I forgot to put "Living La Vida Loca." See, I sweated
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one. I
yeah,
forgot
yeah.
about that song.
Fuck, you gonna hate on me for mom number five? There's Ricky Martin. You can give high Ricky Martin.
I only had one. You had two shitty ones, Macarena and Mambo.
And well, this last one, I put it on the list today, and I think it kind of falls in line with how you preface this whole thing is you didn't put any from bands that we already love and know more than just the one hit or whatever that they're known for. But I got a Deep Inside My Heart from Rock City Angels. I think that was the only song that anyone that didn't have that album would have known them for.
Oh, was that really a hit though?
They had a video for it, and I would hear it on Z Rock, and so
Yeah,
I
but
think for that era of bands, I would consider it that. Yeah,
yeah, I'm not
but
shitting on it. I just, when I think of hits, I'm thinking something you hit top of your head and you're like, everybody knows.
right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I knew this was kind of gray area, maybe for like exactly to that point, but
Yeah, well,
yeah,
because
that was the
like
only.
us, like we know like a lot of bands.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
discussed this before. The bands that we might think should have been huge or was huge, come to find out, nobody knows. You know what I mean?
right, yeah, yeah,
Like Zodiac Mind War, man. That's to me, they were huge. But thing is they weren't. So I could have
yeah,
had Prime Mover on here, but I like that whole
yeah,
record. You know,
yeah. Well,
it's
same thing.
you
I
know,
like that whole Rock City
yeah.
Angels
That's what I'm
record
saying. So
too.
like the us, like
Yeah.
that might have been considered big, but then, come to find out, that casual fan wouldn't know it.
Hmm. Man, that fucking song though is just great, man. I love the music video for it. Um, yeah, so that's all I had, man.
See, because on that could have had like Feel the Shake from Jet Boy,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
right,
yeah,
and
but
I would agree with that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
All right. Like I said, I didn't have any of those on here, but I had Four Non Blondes, What's Up?
Yep.
Um, Come On Eileen from Dexy's Midnight Runners.
That almost made my honorable
Oh,
mentions,
that's so
actually.
good.
It almost did. Yeah.
And there's two on here. It's two of like my favorite songs ever of any, of any genre. That's why I had to put them on here. But I had Modern English with I Melt With You
Mm-hmm.
and Electric Avenue,
Yeah.
Eddie
Yeah.
Grant.
Eddie
That's one of
Grant.
the
Yeah.
best songs ever written.
I like it. I won't make that
Oh,
bold of a statement, but I
oh,
like it.
dude,
Yeah.
it's such a fun song. I remember me and Chad used
Yeah.
to rock out to it.
Good
It's
guitar
a
riff
fun
in
song.
it, yeah.
I remember this girl I was dating. We were blasting it like driving down the street. We were on Hamilton Road and we had a red light. And this black dude pulled up next to us and was like singing it out the window, like yelling at us
Oh,
and
hell
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Um, then I had Voices Carry from Till Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
always thought Amy Mann was hot, so I had put that on here. Um, Here's an oldie but a goodie: Lunatic Fringe, Red
Oh yeah,
Rider.
Red Rider. That
Yeah.
I saw that on a list. And why I remember somebody outside of the band did vocals to that song. It looked like it said Lunatic Red Rider, but with a particular person's name that I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
when I saw it on it, because I looked up like a couple one to hit wonders lists
Was it Tom
on the internet.
Cochran?
Might have been.
Is that
Might have.
because he had a one hit wonder solo, "Life Is a Highway."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah
I
he
like that
played.
song too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played for Red Rider.
Okay, then that because right when you said that, I'm about 99% sure that's it. But yeah, that I saw that on a couple lists. Yeah, good song too.
I remember
Been
like
in some movies.
yeah, like I remember like hearing that song as a kid. I never knew who sung. It was like
Hmm.
till I got a little bit older because I mean that is definitely one hit wonder. I couldn't name a second song from that band.
Yeah.
That song used to get so much airplay, and I always liked it. But I was like, I didn't never knew who it was.
Hmm.
Um, okay, and then okay, I had Black Velvet. And then I had like one last one. Benny Mardones, Into the Night.
I
You
would
heard
have
that
to
one?
hear it. I would have to hear it.
It's
See if I recognize it.
he always got shit for the song because they say it's like a pedophile song or something. But like I guess it's about this 16-year-old girl like thinks she's like being abused by her parents or something, and he like comes and like saves her or something. But in the first line is she's just 16 years old, and people will think that he's like
Yeah, I
molesting
get
her.
it. Once
But I mean
again,
it's
we talked about at dinner. Misinterpretation of
yeah,
things.
yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny because I just going out to put a bunch of them more just pulled up, but like What I Am from Edie Brickell,
I saw that on the list. How about
Joey from
Blind by the Light, Man for
yeah,
Man's Earth Band? Yeah.
Joey from Concrete Blonde.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
she drives me crazy from the Fine and Cannibals. Right
yeah,
here,
yeah,
right now, Jesus Jones,
yeah,
EMF, Unbelievable.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's so
yeah.
many of them.
What was the one I saw on the list that Right Said Fred?
Yeah,
I'm too sexy.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm too sexy.
yeah, yeah.
He kind of looks like the dude from Midnight Oil too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's all. That's all I had.
Yeah. Yeah. All good picks, man. It was fun.
All right, album of the week.
All right. So this was my pick for album of the week. Um, so about a week ago, I found out that Bernie Marsden died, passed away. For anyone watching that may not know, Bernie Marsden was one of the original guitar players for Whitesnake. So I felt like to pay respect to Bernie Marsden, who I think was an amazing guitar player, that we should do the Whitesnake Lovehunter album. So that album came out 79. Um, like I said, he was there was an Whitesnake was an original. It was after Deep Purple. David Coverdale and John Lord went and did this band Whitesnake. Um, Whitesnake was originally a very British blues based with American rock and roll type band, different from what they're commonly known for. And I've talked about before a neighbor across the street who gave me the cassette of this, and it had to been 84, 85. Um, Slide It In was out, but the 87 album had not come out. So I know it was before that. So that's why I'm guessing it was 84, 85. And I remember also back last year when we did the top five album art, the album cover to this was one of my picks for that. And I know you'll put it up. It's a painting of this very detailed animated snake and this redheaded woman riding the snake. So you'll see that. Well, I know you'll post the
Yeah,
picture of
it's
that.
funny because I was gonna bring up that album cover. I don't remember you saying it in your top five, but it is a cool album cover.
That
Look
was
back
yeah.
now, it's pretty cool.
So this is where even got started with Whitesnake. Was this album because, like I said, the neighbor had given me the cassette of it, and that's what Whitesnake will always be to me. That's not to say that I don't like Slide It In or the self-titled album, but that was a different era of Whitesnake. This was the original Whitesnake. Um,
Different style.
Different style, walking in the shadow of the blues. I mean, it just right there in the name, a very blues based, like driving rock song. Bernie Marsden just killing it with solos on this fucking album, man. Another song, which is my favorite Whitesnake song, because the opening guitar lick of it, which I'm pretty sure I've seen live videos of it being played, and the opening guitar lick is Bernie Marsden playing this guitar lick, and it's song "Medicine Man." Um, Another "You and Me" on that song, another good kind of rocking song. A song on there that Bernie Marsden actually did vocals on this album called "Outlaw." He actually did vocals on that one. The song "Lovehunter," another good song. The other guitar player, Mickey Moody, does a lot of slide guitar stuff on that song specifically. Um, and another song on that album for me, man, called "Rock and Roll Women," even starts off, the opening guitar riff of it is straight up Chuck Berry, just Chuck Berry rock and roll. And then what Whitesnake was doing at that time, that British blues bass American rock and roll. You got these British guys doing Chuck Berry, you know. Um, so this is I really wanted to pay some respect to Bernie Marsden, man. I love, like I said, I love that album. And another thing about Bernie Marsden, and this goes to anybody watching it or any guitar nerds, Bernie Marsden had a very infamous Les Paul that was referred to, the guitar was referred to as the Beast. And for the longest, Bernie Marsden even said he had retired the guitar. And when he would do other, because he had put out solo albums within the past 20 years or more, and he would play other guitars. But even back a while, found out that he had lent this guitar, the Beast, to Joe Bonamassa, and Bonamassa had toured with it. He let Bonamassa even tour with this guitar. So I kind of even wonder now that he's passed. if maybe Bonamassa will end up with that guitar, because I know Bonamassa has talked about, like in interviews, specifically how that Les Paul, and there's been, and once again, this is more for the guitar nerds. There's a few Les Pauls, these Les Paul guitars that people, guitar players have talked about that are just say like they're like no other guitar, like no other Les Paul even. And Bernie Marsden's the Beast is one of them that's very revered in that guitar world. Another one was Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. His Les Paul was known as Pearly Gates. Peter Green had one called Greenie. So these are some just even guitars that people like revere as like the perfect guitar and can't be replicated. So the Beast was one of them. It was from Bernie Marsden's. It was a guitar. He said used that guitar on every one of the Whitesnake albums that he played on, which were 4 or 5 of them. And even another Whitesnake album that he played on is another I'd say Come and Get It. Come and Get It and Lovehunter are probably my 2 favorites. Then probably Slide It In. So yeah, man, I felt it was the right thing to once again as a tribute to pay respect to Bernie Marsden passing away a week or so ago.
Right on.
Whitesnake Love Hunter.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with this record, so I listened to it for the show. Um, we don't like shitting on bands or anything on here, so I'm not going to say much other than like I didn't really like. It's not really my style.
I get it.
Wasn't the lead single "Long Way from Home"?
Yeah, yeah,
See that song wasn't bad. I could tell that that was a single
yeah.
just by hearing
It's
it.
radio friendly, if you
Yeah,
will.
but
Yeah.
it's a little bit too bluesy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And but weird. I like straight up blues, but then I like Cinderella type bluesy.
Right.
But this is
Yeah.
kind of like in between all that, and I just not really my thing. But
Well, go
I get,
back and check out that Rock and Roll Women song and tell me right away that opening guitar riff is straight Chuck Berry. I mean, they even any Bernie Marsden or Mickey Moody, I guarantee you. So, oh yeah, yeah, fucking Chuck Berry.
mhm.
There's no denying. I mean, and that's cool though. But yeah, I get it. I mean, if somebody's not their thing or not what, like you've heard me say, not what you want from Whitesnake,
Yeah,
you know. And I've said that too about not what I want from a certain band, where Slide It In and the self-titled album, the '87 album, is completely different from that
mhm.
original Whitesnake stuff. So
Yes.
I get it why people could go back and go, oh, this isn't the Whitesnake I know. Um,
Well, see, I'm not the biggest Whitesnake fan anyway.
mhm.
You said Love Hunter was the first record you heard from them, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so see that's probably why you're a fan. Cause I know like a lot of bands wherever I came in
Yeah,
is like Slide It In was the first record I ever heard from them. So that's why Slide It In is my favorite.
right. Yeah.
It's
Well, it's
it's one of
funny
those
because
things where when you first one you hear is usually the best, usually your favorite.
yeah. And like I said, it was, the neighbor across the street had given me that cassette. And it may have been because he didn't like it, for all I know. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember if we had that conversation or not, but how I know that it had to be in 84, 85 was another kid in the neighborhood that I skated with had slided in. So that's how I brought up. I was like, oh, I got this Whitesnake tape. And he was like, oh, yeah, I got this one that just their album right now that slided in. I knew nothing about Whitesnake at that point until like I said, that neighbor gave me the Love Hunter. And
Mm-hmm.
then the kid that we skated with, occasionally, he wasn't one of my other 2 buddies who I was out with every day. Um, he had slided in. And like I said, this is all pre 1987.
Yeah,
And then they blow up, with that self-titled '87 album. So I already knew who Whitesnake were
yeah,
with Love Hunter and with Slide It In, and I even went back to kind of to your point to the albums after Love Hunter, between Love Hunter Slide It In, actually,
Yeah.
which are Ready and Will, Come and Get It, and Saints and Sinners.
Well, see, it's funny because like Slide It In was kind of a hit though. I mean, they weren't as big as they were on 87, but I remember the Still of the Night was the first single off that record. And I remember it was a world premiere video on MTV.
For
So
the self-titled album,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So it's
Yeah.
like, but at that time, they would only have world premieres for a band that had some sort of success. You know what I mean? They're not going
Yeah.
to show like, you know what I'm saying? So Slide It
Yeah.
In did get some airplay, and it was, I think it,
Slide It In.
but it didn't.
Slide.
They didn't become as mainstream until the '87 record, but they did have some notoriety
Correct.
for them. Like I said, I remember coming home from school. I remember in the world because I like Slide It In. I remember a world premiere video from Whitesnake at like 7 p.m. or something. And they announced it ahead of time that it was going to be on world premiere.
Mhm.
So they're not going to do that to a band that nobody's ever heard of.
And why that was is because Slide It In was the album when Whitesnake went to Geffen Records and hit in the US.
Because I've
And
heard some of those songs on the radio, like
yeah,
"Love Ain't No
Slow and
Stranger."
Easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Loving the Stranger, Slow and Easy.
yeah, yeah.
So
They have a
they got
video for
signed Slow and Easy, yeah.
and "Love
They
Is
got
a Stranger."
signed
"Love Ain't No
they got
Stranger."
signed to Geffen Records. And part of what I heard, even why there was a change in the band, was Geffen Records even said, like, if you're going to break out in the US, the hair band thing had hit full force then.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when John Sykes came into the band. Cozy Powell played drums, like almost completely different band than all
Yeah.
the albums prior. And along with Coverdale writing songs with John Sykes now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Slide It In was the first album on Geffen, and that's why they hit with and I think even prior to that, Whitesnake had only done one tour in the United States, and that was like in 1980. So
Like,
yeah, they didn't even hit until the Slide It In album in the US.
well, because we've talked about this before that "Here I Go Again" was re-recorded for that record, and the
Yep,
earlier version was more like the bluesy.
yep. And Bernie Marsden wrote that
Yeah,
song with Coverdale.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Then they made it more radio friendly
Hmm.
on the Whitesnake album, then it became like a huge hit. But like I think the
Yep.
earlier version was even longer, and it was more like bluesy sounding,
Yep.
not as poppy.
Correct. Hmm.
Yep.
And it was on the Saints and Sinners album. Yeah.
Because then they ended,
Yep.
I think "Fool for Your Loving" is another one that they redone.
100%. Yeah. Fool for Your Lovin' was on Ready and Willing album that came out in 90. I'm sorry, came out in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the time that Whitesnake had come to the US to tour and was an opening band for, I don't remember who, but was an opening band and then didn't come back to the US till like 84, 85 for Slide It In.
Right on.
So yeah, I mean, I wanted to, like I said, I've already said it, but I wanted to pay some respect to Bernie Marsden.
That's cool. Yep. Right on. Anything else?
No, that's all I got for this week, man.
All right. Yeah, me too. All right. 5 and out.
Like, subscribe, comment, 5 and out.